Jesus calls us into relationship with Him. Join hundreds of young people at the St. John Summer Conference and respond to His call. Set the world on fire through this intense retreat weekend. Don't wait till June 2nd through the 5th. Dive in with Father Nathan Cromley of the community of St. John as he tackles questions we face as young people in society. Now here's the host of the St. John Summer Conference podcast, Father Nathan Cromley.
Hi, my name is Father Nathan. I'm with the community of St. John, and I'm happy to be with you today to speak with you a little bit about the St. John Summer Conference coming up June 2nd to June 5th. I really hope you can come. Bring your friends. Why not even bring your enemies? I mean, when was the last time you invited your enemies to a summer conference? Well, this is your chance. Make friends with your enemies and invite them, because this event is going to be life-changing. I want to do something that actually helps, okay? And so we're throwing everything we got into this thing. We're going to have full monastic prayer. We're going to have classes. We're going to have witnesses. We're going to have fellowship, activities, workshops, solemn masses. We're going to have a Eucharistic procession, all-night adoration, Stations of the Cross through downtown Peoria. I mean, like, basically everything that we can possibly do to allow you to discover the awesome inner life of the Catholic Church, the dynamism and the power of faith. Okay, so I hope you can come. And to prepare us, I want us to really look at the question of love and its relationship with truth. Ask yourself the question, okay, how is it that so many human beings who were made for love actually not get to that for which they were made? Why is it that if I have a purpose in life, I actually can't find it? This is like a real question, okay? It's let a lot of people actually say, I don't have a purpose. Okay? Because if I had a purpose, I would find it. Since I haven't found it, I don't have one. And so what do? Well, I live either a purposeless existence into looking for myself. Since I have no purpose, I become one. Okay, so my existence becomes trying to feed myself so that I have either as much pleasure or as much power or as much even despair and pride as I possibly can. The point of my life basically is to exalt myself. You can't get around not having a purpose. If you don't have a purpose, not having one becomes one. It's really a strange thing. Now, I would like to ask the question, if my purpose is love, let's take that as the hypothesis, because that is, after all, what God says. But even if we didn't believe in God, that's what the Pope says. But even if we didn't believe in the Pope, it's what a lot of people say. Let's take it as a hypothesis. If I say that I'm made for love, what is it that keeps me from loving? I'd like to propose 3 different things. The first, a poor vision of ourselves. Well, this is really amazing. Isn't love supposed to be about forgetting myself? Isn't love supposed to be about me giving myself no matter what? You know, even Madonna has a quote where she says, to be brave is to love unconditionally without expecting anything in return. That's Madonna. That's marvelous. I'm glad she said that. There's some bright spots in everyone's life. Love, being brave is loving unconditionally without expecting anything in return. Okay? So we could say, isn't love that? And I'd say, yes, it is. But strangely enough, it's rooted in how we view ourselves. Why? Because when I love someone, I become vulnerable to them. I expose myself to them as a gift to them. If I don't love myself, I have a very hard time giving to someone else what I myself don't love. If I think I'm bad, why would I want anyone else to have me? And so we build up walls around us and we isolate ourselves. It's very amazing. Which means that if you're having a hard time at that level, you absolutely need to go back to the Bible. Read Isaiah 42, Isaiah 43. Read the death of Christ on the cross when he cries out, I thirst. Read the tender compassion of God throughout the Bible, who came to seek and to save what was lost. 1 Corinthians chapter 1, where St. Paul says, look at your own call, brethren. Were any of you noble? Were any of you, magnificent? You could add, were any of you beautiful? He's like, not really. But thanks be to God, Jesus Christ has given us what we're not, so that we can glory in our weakness, in our infirmities, even glorying in our nothingness. By my faith, I discover that God's love for me is a recognition and a gift of my goodness. And therefore, I need to correct my vision in the light of his light. A second reason why we oftentimes, I think, fall short of our purpose in loving is because we allow our love to be completely absorbed by our passions. Passions are wonderful things. You can't get around them. As a matter of fact, they're even beautiful. I mean, who likes being around someone who never laughs, or never smiles? That's ridiculous. They have no passion. This person is like the unmoved mover, I am a rock and, you're pleased to meet me, It's like, no, I'm not pleased to meet you. It'd be like nicer if you smiled and acted like you were pleased to meet me, because passions are part of our humanity, okay? But if you submerge yourself in them, you got problems. Because even though our passions are a part of our humanity, they're not the whole picture. I need my passions to express something different, or deeper even than different. And that is my commitment, my joy, my reception of who you are. I need to celebrate passion, life, something greater than passions. I'd like to talk about the third one in the next podcast, so stay tuned. Visit our website, stjohnsummerconference.com, and we'll see you in the next podcast for the third big obstacle to our love.
Thank you for listening to the St. John Summer Conference podcast with Father Nathan Cromley. While you're on our site, www.stjohnsummerconference.com, don't forget to check out our other exciting offerings as we prepare for the St. John Summer Conference.